The best coverage of the Jazz, Utes, and Cougars is right here on The Zone. This is JJ and Alex, presented by G2G Bars on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Welcome on in, everybody. JJ and Alex, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Alex, Kirry, Jeremiah, Jensen. Thanks for being with us. We have a hefty schedule the rest of the day right here on the KSL Sports Zone. What do we have for you? Well, this is the radio home of the Utah Jazz and the radio home of the Utah Hockey Club. You know what that means? Tons going on tonight because you've got Jazz in Toronto. You've got the Hockey Club in Chicago. That's a big Division I. And you're going to hear it all right here or stream it at KSLSports.com. So many ways for you to be able to dip in and get the best sports coverage right here for both the Jazz and the Hockey Club. Our program brought to you by G2G Bars. All natural ingredients and no preservatives make the G2G Bar the perfect protein bar. Let's jump in right now with the president of the Utah Hockey Club. He's Chris Armstrong joining us on the program. Busy schedule, obviously, because of the trade deadline today and just all the things going on with this team. Chris, thanks for being with us today.
Great to be with you guys. I actually just finished a G2G bar, matter of fact. So there you go, right on brand.
So you're fueled and ready to go for this interview.
It needs a cup of milk sometimes afterward. You got it'll get you, but I love them, man. They're awesome.
Good fuel.
They're a great partner of ours too. Yeah, it's a great product.
That's awesome.
Let's talk about today, man. I mean, look, some trades happen. We're just like flabbergasted because we're so used to the NBA trade deadline that brings you a lot of rumors and a lot of like sources say, and this is happening, and you could see this maybe, and deals that have been done, but teams will never verify what's going on until a couple days get into the works. And you guys already sent the list out. Everything's there. Let's start first with the extensions that happened a couple of days ago. How big of a deal is it to be able to extend the guys that were on that list? You think about your Alex Kerfoots, think about Ian Cole, obviously the big one with Veggie coming back for a long-term deal. That's a huge one. When you guys make these deals, how thoughtful were you in being able to make sure that those guys knew you wanted them to be a part of that future?
Yeah, I think very important, and I think it sets the tone for the week and sort of what we see unfolding as far as our group is concerned. Those are important pieces for us. Veggie's a backstop has been a huge part of our success this year. Alex Kerfoot has played an instrumental role right from the transition of the majority of the group to Utah and being a leadership voice through that process and managing the interests of the players. Ian Cole, with his championship pedigree, has really brought an exceptional work ethic to our team and shows every night putting his body on the line what it takes to win. And then Oli Mata, just a consummate professional, stepped in here and provided an immediate solution for us to some of the injuries we were facing on the back end, and has been an exceptional player for us, an exceptional person in the locker room for us. So getting those pieces and telling our group that we believe that they can win together and that they're a key part of our effort to do that, I think is really important, especially, in a week and in a time like this, the trade deadline, where there's a lot of uncertainty that surrounds the lives of our professional athletes, that, we send the message that we believe in them and we think they can get it done.
Veggie showed just how important he is last night. He stops 38 of 40 shots. It was just an unbelievable performance. Did you guys expect this from him this year? And if not, like, what? How big of a surprise has he been, or what is it that's allowed him to be this good and to earn this kind of a contract?
Yeah, Veggie's work ethic, his confident demeanor. We've had a belief for a number of years that Veggie has the ability to demonstrate what he's shown this year. That consistency, that desire to be the guy, to be able to play a big role in pressure-filled games and get the job done. That provides a tremendous amount of confidence for the players in front of him, knowing that he's back there to make the key saves. It gives us our ability to play to our strengths, and to dictate the pace of the game, knowing that he's there to bail them out.
You've been on both sides of these deals now, obviously representing players for a long time, and now doing it from the team side of things and being able to watch that kind of back and forth before trade deadlines. Today's move, where you guys are looking at things and you say, okay, we're going to make some cap space here, and you get some names shifting around, but at the same time, it's really about making sure that you guys are living in that cap space. And how big of a deal is it to make what a lot of people consider minor deals, but for you guys, you go, this is all part of the setup?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great opportunity for us to free up some additional flexibility. One of the things that we have and came into even this trade deadline and we'll enter the offseason with is the flexibility to consider every and all possibilities to improve our team. And that's a very fortunate position to be in, to have that kind of flexibility when you're building something, to be able to truly look at everything. And the move today was just another example of trying to give ourselves additional flexibility so we can go into free agency, we can go into the offseason and look at any and all possibilities to improve our team and know that we have the assets and the flexibility from a financial standpoint to review those things carefully.
This team's making a great push for the playoffs now. They're right there, just 3 points out of the wild card as we speak right now. Last night's win was huge in that quest. How much confidence is this group gaining right now? You're watching it from your seat. What are you witnessing with this team that's giving you the belief that this team can make that run?
Yeah, well, I think a large part of it is that we're healthy for the first time all season, right? That we're able to finally see our roster as we constructed at the beginning of the year, and then the addition of Ole Mata on top of that to see what they can do. And we hope that sort of our disciplined and patient approach here at the deadline sends a message to our group that we believe in them. And they're a tight-knit group, they're hungry, and they're healthy for the first time. And we're keen to see them embrace this challenge of trying to get us into the playoffs for the first time. So we believe they've earned the opportunity to do that and to do it together, and we're excited to see what they're capable of.
Chris, last time we had you in studio and we chatted with you in person, it was we were having this conversation about team mascot names, and obviously that's been probably a fun and slash very difficult / very stressful thing for you guys. Where are we at right now, and where can fans kind of expect to see kind of how they're going to know what this team is going to be named in the future? And how did you guys like the process of doing the polling there live inside those games?
I think anytime you have the opportunity to have your fans engaged in a decision as significant as the name and brand identity of the team, it's a real privilege. And we said from the outset that this is really a community asset, and we wanted the fans to be involved and to guide us to the decisions that would provide the best experience for them and the most connection to the team possible. So, we're continuing to review all of the data from that survey. It was fun to see the excitement on the concourse at those 4 home games and people campaigning for their favorite choices. And we've definitely got enough information to advance that process and ultimately reach a decision guided by the fans. And we'll set out to do that ahead of next season, but want to, as we've said before, keep the focus on our group and our inaugural season and making the most of that.
I'm going to keep wearing my mammoth suit and hope for the best.
I keep getting tusks up.
We know what you voted for then.
Yeah. I keep getting tusks up like tweets. I get people that are like flashing their outlaw pistols and stuff. I'm like, you guys, we got a long way still to go here, but
it's been fun. The great thing though, Chris, is people right now don't care what the team's called. Everybody is loving this experience and grateful to have NHL hockey in the state. Everyone's loving this experience right now.
The passion and excitement and engagement that we've experienced around the team is really really overwhelming in the best way possible. I think being someone who moved here less than a year ago, I've been absolutely blown away by how we've been embraced and supported, and I just think it gives you a tremendous sense of energy and motivation to deliver for our fans and for this community the way they've treated us since day one.
Chris Armstrong, president of ops for this Utah Hockey Club, and we are so excited to have him on the program today on a Friday, getting ready for the Hockey Club coming up. You're going to get a 5:30 pre and a 6:30 puck drop. It's a big one in Chicago tonight. Chris, we appreciate it. Thanks again, and we'll chat with you.
JJ, Alex, thank you very much. Enjoy the game tonight, and we'll try to get you another 2 points.
There you go.
Thanks, Chris.
I love it. Doesn't it help that the hockey team is, it's just, they're good, and right now they're hitting a stride. Feels good.
I think everyone would still be like, they get it if they were like the Sharks right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the bottom of the standings. But they're right in the thick of a Stanley Cup playoff race. Can you imagine? Not even winning a playoff round. But
Right.
actually having Stanley Cup playoff games here year one,
Settle down.
my goodness. I will settle down. I won't speak of it
Settle down.
again
Settle
because I don't
down.
want to jinx it. But
I love it.
they're right there. They're 3 points out. It can happen.
So, as we shift here our focus to some, and by the way, if you needed some anecdotal evidence on whether or not the fans are excited, I walked my 10-year-old who was having a birthday right through the line at the team store, during I think first intermission, the other night. I mean, and here we all are, zombies walking up to that checkout there at the iPad. I say zombies, but I mean we knew what we were getting into, right? But it was just we're walking up there going, I will take all of it. What do you have?
Take my money.
What are you doing? Like here, what do you need? What do you need?
I know the economy's weird out there, but priorities.
Hey, we're gonna need this, and we got him one of those youth jerseys because we couldn't afford the full one for me.
They're not cheap. The stitched ones.
Oh my gosh,
$275.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
they're nice though.
You're going through the line, and I was just like, dude. And he's like, it's a little big. I go, that's the way it's supposed to be. The long
It's
arm.
a hockey sweater,
It's a hockey sweater, man. It's got to be long. It's got to be there. Let's shift gears a little bit. We appreciate Chris taking some time before this matchup tonight with Chicago and the hockey club. Our cut is always brought to you by Doug Smith Family of Dealerships. An amazing selection of Kia, Subaru, Chevy, Jeep, Dodge, or Ram. It's all found at the family of dealerships down there in Utah County, American Fork, Spanish Fork, and now in Linden. And, of course, like we said, the Doug Smith Mitsubishi is now the newest member of that family as well. JJ, I've got a couple things. I don't want real lists. ChatGTP fed me a college top 25. This is very different from
What?
way. This is different from the way too early.
Oh, this
list.
isn't the AP. This is
No.
This is some robot.
This is the robot, okay?
Oh, boy.
It's the most important robot on the planet, AI. ChatGPT delivered a top 25 of college basketball programs right now. I think it's – oh, no, sorry. It's for the football season. Oh, this is a way too early list. And I just assumed that BYU – this is a basketball one because BYU was high. You know what ChatGPT has for the basketball team?
Don't do this
for
to
the football
BYU Nation.
team?
Don't do it.
Hey, football team.
Don't do it.
ChatGPT, the most important robot on the planet, says you're the number 9 team in the country.
Wow.
Yeah, top 10, according to the robots. According to our robot overlords, the football team's top 25. Now, the basketball team is, over the last 3 weeks, has the best ranking that is, they've moved up in all the rankings, obviously, and right now their line, according to Joe Lunardi's bracketology, has them in the same bracket as number 2 Alabama. So they move from that 8 seed, all right, and they would be playing on that side of the bracket over there against Alabama. Well, if they win that first round and Alabama wins that first round, they'd be taking on the number 2 seed Alabama. Now, if they were to win that game, guess who's on the top part of that bracket at the number 3 seed? Iowa State.
Interesting.
How about a rematch in the Sweet? They could play each other
3 times?
4. They play each other twice in the regular season. Maybe they match up somewhere in the Big 12 championship game. The Big 12 championship tournament.
Well, they only played once this year.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was the only one.
Last year they played twice.
Yeah, that's right.
So this year, it's likely that Iowa State's going to be the 5 seed. BYU's locked into that 4. That could be the quarterfinal matchup.
Yep.
We could get a rematch next week. And, that's possible. And then you're looking at, okay, would they play Iowa State? If they were able to win that one, then they'd have to play Houston. Then they have to play the winner of Arizona and Texas Tech. Like, this is the Big 12. It's hard. But BYU's proven that they belong. It's pretty great.
Joining us on the program right now, he, of course, hoops for the BYU basketball team. He is Trevin Knell on the show here with us. Trevin, thanks for being with us a day before this rivalry game. How you guys feeling, man, after that trip back from Iowa State?
Well, first of all, we're glad to be home. It was a crazy, trip, super fun, crazy atmosphere. But again, super grateful to be home, excited for tomorrow and what the rivalry brings.
Before we get into hoops, I'm dying to know what you would do during a blizzard in Ames, Iowa. How do you pass the time during that period?
Well, for us, we stayed up super late, kind of like me and Trey actually talked a ton just about senior night, just how grateful we are for the time we've been able to have at BYU. And then the next day we got breakfast, did a pool workout, got some shots up, and then just kind of laid around. There's not a lot to do. So shout out to all the fans that were there at the Iowa State game for sure.
We're old, Trevin, so we remember how good of a career you had in high school at Woods Cross and how awesome of a go you had there. And I can't believe we're already getting to the end of your career as a grad student and a final time to be able to lace them up at the Marriott Center. How does that feel now that you're 24 hours away plus and being able to get ready for that? And how much have you put thought into that and just trying to enjoy that moment on top of the fact that you guys need a big win tomorrow?
Yeah, like Coach talks a ton about, like, hey, they got us at their place. Like, we got to bring it. I think a lot of, like, practice today was electric. I feel like it was one of our best practices today. So I feel like everybody's locked in. But it's just crazy. I remember my freshman year, and Yoli came up to me. He's like, hey, just, like, enjoy every game because, like, the season's going by quick, and sooner or later you're going to be a senior. And I was like, dude, there's no way. Like, that's going to be forever away. And literally, like you said, we're like a little bit more than 24 hours away from my senior night, my last time playing in the Marriott Center. So there's a lot of emotions, but for all of us seniors, we're just kind of going it by hour and just kind of stay present because we have a huge game, ahead.
Kevin Young obviously had a great resume coming into BYU, but it was in the pro ranks. And, obviously anytime you're doing something new, it's going to take some time to evolve and grow and get better. I'm curious, what did you witness in his evolution as a college basketball coach in making that transition? How has he improved or figured out or changed or evolved during this time with you guys as you've all been doing this journey together?
Yeah, I remember my first time, I was telling everybody, like, all fans, because everybody was super excited, right? We were all pumped. And I was like, hey, like, there's going to be some growing pains with this season. But, like, once we figure it out, like, it's going to be electric. Like, it's going to be like a movie. I feel like the last couple of weeks we've really figured it out. We've really learned how to mesh and play well together. And, credit to Coach Young. Coach Young's been, like, the couple of words me and Trey, we were talking about this morning, we're just like that. We're super grateful for him because Coach Young he's got a little chippiness to him. He's like a great competitor. He wants to win, and he's also super humble, and he's really adaptable. So, like, I remember the first couple of practices, he would come up to us vets and just like, hey, how does this work? How do you guys like this practice? Like, he's very transparent, and it's just like a collective effort. And then he just adapts. And so it's been awesome to be able to be coached by somebody that, tells it to you how it is and, wants you to succeed as bad as anybody. And, like, I owe a lot to Coach Young. I'm super grateful for all that he's done for, each and every guy on the team so far.
The noise, of course, that comes with being really, really good is probably harder to deal with it if someone's struggling. And, man, there's not a team that is, hotter than you guys, it seems like, and certainly everybody loves bringing it up. Look at the Mormons at Iowa State, I'm watching all these, like, funny social media things. And people can't believe it. You guys can because it just keeps happening. You guys keep winning. You guys keep doing what you're doing. But obviously all of the outside stuff that we love to do as media guys and we love to follow as, fans and everybody who follows this game. How do you guys make sure and try to just sort of stay centered and not let that stuff get to you? Or do you like to see it and go, yeah, you know what? We're going to keep living up to this pressure.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. A couple of weeks ago, we were on the bubble. We were on the outside looking in. And so it's been just awesome to see the collective group effort. I remember a couple, like a month ago or so, we had a players-only meeting, and we just talked about what we want out of the season. And we came down to 3 things that we needed to focus on every single game, and it was, play for your brother, have joy in the gym, and be present. And then kind of the motto for our team right now is play harder than the guy in front of you. So, you add all those things up, and you start stacking days, and everything kind of starts falling into place. So it's not like a lot of people are like, oh, wow, they did this. It's a miracle. Like I think it's just from us every single day bringing it. And when you do that, karma is a good thing. So I feel like we've just been bringing it every single day, and we're playing well together. We have so much joy for each other. I look back to the alley-oop that Trey threw to Dallin at the Iowa State, and everybody talks about Dallin's dunk, which is absolutely amazing. Shout out to him. But you see Trey's face as soon as he throws it, and his face just lights up. And Jaegor's doing a crazy flex in the background. The bench is going crazy. So, like, we have so much joy for each other. I think that really helps us, to get over the hump and close out close games.
I woke up to some very disappointing news today that Dallin Hall has shaved the mustache. I guess he's not superstitious. Doesn't he know you guys are on a 7-game streak while he's had that on his face?
I already gave him crap. We said nobody wanted you to shave it. He got a haircut, too. I was like, what are you doing? Yep. But Dallin likes to – he even told me today, he's like, hey, I don't like superstitious stuff. So whenever something happens like that, he immediately changes stuff up. But yeah, Dallin's a great competitor. Super glad he's able to have an electric game.
I wanted to ask you, this is you guys are having fun, and it can be tough because you guys are having fun, but some of you guys have had to make some sacrifices in order to make this happen. Like Dallin Hall's good enough to start anywhere, and he's coming off the bench. You know what I mean? Like Foose is coming off the bench. These are guys that could be big-time stars somewhere else, and they're accepting whatever role it is. Why has this team been so willing to accept whatever role has been asked of you guys?
Yeah, just goes back to what we want out of the season. Like, we want to win championships, and we want to, make the tournament, go far in the tournament. And when something happens like that, when Dallin ended up not starting or Foose not starting, like, it wasn't like, oh, I hate the coaches or I hate, Trevin or Kaba, it was just, hey, all right, coach wants me to do this. I'm going to do it as hard as I can because that's going to help us win. And so right now, like, there's no agenda at all on this team. Like, if Trey's like one of the perfect examples, he doesn't play almost the whole year, and now he's asked to come in and guard, their best player. Even Iowa State, he had to guard the game-winning shot for, Momcilovic. So, all these guys, they just do exactly what they're told, and everybody's prepared. I remember the Arizona game, coach talked to the guys that were in, and none of us were like, oh, I hope we win. It was like, yeah, we're going to go win because we've done this in practice. Like, we've stacked days, we've done all this stuff. And then same exact scenario, just on the defensive end, we have our defensive guys in there, and nobody was, nervous. Nobody was like, oh, I hope they don't make a shot. It was just, hey, let's go handle business. And so I think that's just the whole thing about staying present and being ready to go when your number's called.
Trevin, Knell, BYU guard, going to be honored tomorrow on senior night. Of course, BYU versus Utah at the Marriott Center. Trevin, thanks for taking some time today, man. Good luck tomorrow night.
Hey, I appreciate you. And I'm going to say it again. There's going to be a lot of honors coming out in a couple, weeks. And I feel like, with Richie should be an honored, first-team guy. And even Coach Young, like, he should be Coach of the Year just with how well he's done with us. And I have a huge respect for him. So, I feel like Cougar Nation needs to get behind that. Everybody needs to be behind that because, it takes a lot of sacrifice, and it just shows, like, what really happens when the lights aren't on. So appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me, and go Cougs, baby.
Thanks, Trevin.
Trevin,
I agree with him.
Can they vote somewhere? Hey, fans, go vote. I do love it, though. We'll see. When those awards come out, I would love to see how this thing goes.
I think Richie's in the running for Player of the Year. He's definitely first team All Big 12.
Sure.
And why? Who else would? Kelvin Sampson again. Like Kevin Young finishing fourth, he should win it.
It's crazy. All right, we're getting out. We're going to get you ready for Utah Jazz basketball coming up next. University of Utah Health, of course, bringing you this portion of the program. U of U Health, official health partner of the Utah Jazz. Let's help you be a better you. U of U Health. All right, we'll take the break. We'll be back again on Monday, 97.5 the KSL Sports Zone.